This is True North News by Cosmin DeSurst. Wilkinson threatens to pull billions in funding for provinces that refuse to comply with clean electricity laws. So, the Minister of Natural Resources, Jonathan Wilkinson, is threatening to pull billions in federal funding from provinces that refuse to comply with the Liberal government's pledge to have a non-emitting electricity grid across the country by 2035. Wilkinson's remarks are the latest in a series of threats from federal officials concerning the incoming clean electricity standard, which provinces like Alberta and Saskatchewan have labeled as unrealistic and an infringement on provincial sovereignty. According to Wilkinson, his government is considering barring non-compliant provinces from a 15% investment tax credit and a $3 billion fund for renewable energy. Oh, okay, well then just use oil and gas? Right? Okay, so he's going to pull that funding for renewable energy. So, okay. I mean, your province or territory will do much better of oil and gas anyway. If
It's a super weak hand, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. But this is what I really liked about this article, though, is it brings up a topic that I want to talk about, which is that every province and territory, this is how the federal government works. They try, it's like all socialism, to get you addicted or to rely on federal funds, or the provincial or territorial economy will collapse. So they want reliance on federal funds for things like energy, right? Or for things like getting access to natural resources or water use or whatever else like that. And so I think that in the future, provinces and territories need to break away from as much federal funding as possible and get back to a resource extraction and energy extraction economy as much as each province and territory possibly can, because that falls under the purview of the provinces and territories. And that is precisely, I mean, cheap energy, it makes good economies, just period, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so,
totally.
So if you focus on energy production or resource extraction and trade with other provinces for the energy you need, then you can cut out the federal government. And I know specifically, like there's, especially the territories of Canada are super reliant, like they're basically government economies, like half of them, where like most of the jobs are in government, like a lot of them with the feds. So once you get to that point, they have a stranglehold on forcing you to basically destroy Canada if you want to keep getting your funding. So that's like, it's something that needs to be taken care of for newly elected politicians. We need to get immediately into free market, hopefully Canadian-owned resource extraction. And I think that will break people out of the reliance on federal money, which is what it all comes down to. That's
the central authority, right?
Yeah.
That they just acquiring in power mechanism. Right?
Yeah, we got to break that apart for sure.